Hi students, welcome to first year commerce class. In our previous class, we have discussed about sources of long-term finance. Okay, sources means from where do we get. Okay, like in your school days, in social studies, you used to learn a answer. Source of water. What are the sources of water? Where do we get water? From rain, rivers, open wells, tanks. Okay, like that. Source means from where do we get. So, we have discussed in previous classes that we require finance on the basis of time period under three categories: long term, medium term and short term. Long term finance means we repay the amount for a period of exceeding 5 years. That means we will get a time of 7 years, 8 years or 10 years or even 15 years. That means we take too long time to repay our loan. So who are going to give you that type of funds where you can take time of 5 years to repay, more than 5 years to repay? Who are going to provide you? We have discussed that it is equity shares, preference shares, then retained earnings, then debentures. Four were the sources of long-term finance. So in this class, we are going to discuss about sources of medium-term finance. What do you mean by medium term? Where we have to repay for a period of 1 to 5 years. Okay. 1 year to 5 years. Means we pay after 1 year and we have to complete the loan within the term of 5 years. You are not given more than 5 years time to repay this loan. Okay. When the loan is taken, when the finance is taken, availed from a particular person or from a bank or from anybody, from where do we get, we will see. Okay. When that is taken for a period of 1 to 5 years, it is called as medium term finance. So who are going to give you? How do you get the finance for a period of 1 to 5 years? Where you avail the loan for a period of 1 to 5 years, who is going to give you? Clear? So based on our requirement, we have to change the source. Remember this point. Say for example, you need only 50 rupees. So simply you can ask your brother or sister, because they can arrange you that small money. But if you require 5,000 rupees to pay college fees, naturally it is to be given by your parents. So for 5,000 rupees you cannot approach your sister or brother, because they may also have only small amounts. Clear? So then here what you are doing? So when you require 5,000 rupees, you are approaching your parents. So that is the reason, based on our requirement, our source will change. Clear? Based on our requirement, our source will change. Clear? So, who is going to provide you this medium term finance? The first source means from where do we get? The first source of medium term finance is public deposits. Public deposits. What do you mean by public deposits? What is deposit? When you keep your money with a bank or with post office, it is called as deposit. Try to understand now. When an individual who has got excess money, suppose I am an employee over here. Say every month I earn 20,000 rupees. My expenditure is 15,000 rupees. So that extra 5,000 what I have, I will go to my bank and I will deposit over there. Means keeping safe. So it goes on adding in the bank. I may get interest on that. That is what called as deposit. Keeping your money with someone else, whether it is a bank or a post office or a private individual or a other financial institution or a chit fund company, where you keep money with that person is called as deposit. So normally who will deposit? Public. So in general, public deposit their savings into a bank. It is a common practice. Even you can ask your parents. So every month, whenever they earn some money, after incurring all the expenses like payment of house rent or loans, petrol expenses, students, children education, and purchasing various provisions, required material for the survival. After all expenses, if you have got that extra money, that extra amount they deposit in a bank, that they can use it in a future time. When they do not have earnings, so these deposits can be used, so you will get some interest on that. So generally, people open a bank account and they deposit money into the bank, expecting some interest. Okay, interest means the extra money given on your deposit. For example, in 2020, January, if you deposit 1 lakh rupees, after 1 year, you will be paid 1,07,000 rupees or 1,08,000 rupees. So bank will give you 8,000 rupees extra because you have deposited 1 lakh with the bank for 1 year. So it is around 8% interest is paid by the bank. So like that, you will get extra amount. That is called as interest. So normally, people have got the habit of depositing that money into bank. But as a joint stock company, if you require money, so as a joint stock company, if you require money, you can invite people to deposit their savings in your company rather than depositing into a bank. As bank is offering interest, you also offer interest. So you tell the people that please come and deposit your money with my company rather than depositing into a bank. So I will give you interest. That way you inform, you invite, you attract the people. So people will come and deposit their money with your company instead of in a bank. So that will also a source. So people will deposit, take that money, use it for your business operations like working capital requirements or purchasing some machinery, purchasing some material, or for anything you use. And once you earn profits, then later on slowly you start repaying. That is called public deposit. Then loans from commercial banks. What are commercial banks? The banks which perform the banking activities in order to earn profits are called as commercial banks. They are not bothered about the development or say upliftment of poor and all. So they do, that means they deposit, they accept deposits and they provide loans to earn money. They are called as commercial banks. So whatever the banks you see on roadside like Union Bank of India, State Bank of India, ICICI, HDFC, Axis Bank, these are all commercial banks. Means they provide banking service and they take money from us. They don't do it free of cost. So for everything they charge. They are called as commercial banks. So from those banks, commercial banks means you can see Union Bank of India, earlier which was Andhra Bank. Now it is named as Union Bank of India, all State Bank of India groups, clear? Then Axis Bank, whether it is private bank or public sector bank, all will come under the categories of commercial banks. So from these commercial banks also you can take loans. Then lease financing. What do you mean by lease? Means when a asset is used by the company by paying lump sum amount for a particular time period. It is almost like rent, but rent is paid per month, whereas lease is paid for a particular time duration, maybe 1 year, 3 years or 5 years. So here for example, say this college is there. We have got 4-story building. Here we are running a junior college. Rental basis means every month we have to pay rent. So the same way we can take this building on lease basis also. Like if the owner is willing, it is not our wish. If the owner is willing, we can take on lease basis. So that what we can say, we will say that, sir, we will give you 10 lakhs or say 20 lakhs. We will use this premises for a period of 10 years. हम 10 साल इसमें कॉलेज चलाते or we run junior college or degree college or a computer institute or a tutorial, whatever it may be. For 10 years we use these premises and we will pay you 20 lakhs. So 20 lakhs amount we pay to the owner, then we enter into an agreement. So this asset will belong to us 10 years. If you have to purchase this, it may become some say 20 crores, 30 crores. So that much amount we cannot afford. So simply by paying 15-20 lakhs, what we are doing, we are making use of this asset for 10 years. That is what called as lease financing. So that means various machines, Xerox machines or production machines, okay, factory premises, land, you can take on lease basis. So that is also a medium term finance. Then comes short term finance. Yesterday first we have learnt about long term, second is medium term, third is short term source of finance. Short term means where you have to pay the amount in a period of less than 1 year. Within a period of 1 year you have to repay the amount. So here we take the small amounts from the people, like few lakhs or few thousands, because large amount of capital it may take more time, but here you have to repay that amount within a period of 1 year. So generally this short term finance is taken for the day-to-day expenses of your business organization. What will be your day-to-day expenses? Payment of salaries, payment of wages to workers, payment of taxes, electricity bill, water bill, internet bill, okay, or monthly rent, purchase of material, okay, any government fees. These are all will be called as day-to-day expenses, for which you may require smaller amounts, and those smaller amounts you will be capable of paying within a period of 1 year. So the short-term finance is payable within a period of 1 year. So from where do you get that short-term finance? Oh, even though it is a smaller amount where you can repay within a one year period, who is going to give you, who will provide you that short-term finance? First one is bank credit. Bank credit means same, these type of banks. All these banks will provide you credit, means udar dena, means borrowing money from someone else is called as credit. Okay, even if you go to shop, sometimes there will be a board, no credit, means they don't give you unless you pay the money. Credit means you can postpone the payment. So borrowing is called as credit. So if you require money, you go to any bank, you inform about your business activities, you may have your bank account, okay, with that branch. So you request them for some finance, you tell them that, sir, I want 5 lakhs rupees for purchase of material, so please provide, ours is so and so company. So if the bank has got confidence on you and they know you, so they will provide you money with which you can complete your commitment. Then trade credit. Trade credit means purchasing material from our suppliers on credit basis. Purchasing material from our suppliers on credit basis. Say, let me tell you an example. Say we are managing a junior college. We want to give students material, clear. And if you have to buy that material from the printers, say it may take 2 to 3 lakhs, clear. So that money we do not have. So what we tell that publishers or the printers that, sir, you give us 2-3 months time, we will give back the money after giving this material to the students. So first let us sell the material to the students, let us collect the money from the students, then we will pay the money back to you. That is called as trade credit. Suppose even you are establishing a medical shop, if every day for medicines you are purchasing, paying that money means you may not have, because unless the medicine is sold to patient or the customer, you will not get money. So it may take 10 days or 15 days to sell back the sell of those medicines. So from the wholesale shop, what you do is, you will buy the medicines, promising that the money will be paid after 15 days. So you will buy the goods on credit basis and you will store that in your medical store. And once the medicines are sold to different customers, when the money is collected, you will pay this money. Again you will get some material. It is a cycle. First you will get some goods, you take 15 days or 1 month time, you sell them to the customers, you get this money, you pay this money to the supplier, again you get some goods, then you sell it to customers, so it goes on. That is called as trade credit. Then installment credit. Most of you are familiar with this system. We buy so many bikes, mobiles, cars on installment credit. Means you need not pay the entire amount at a time. For example, you are purchasing a mobile worth 30,000. 30,000 worth machine or say some computer is purchased by a company. 30,000 worth computer is purchased by a company. So what we do? We pay this in 10 months. Okay. Number of months is 10,000. 3,000 rupees every month we will pay. So we promised the company that, sir, we do not have at a time 30,000. So you know our company, please keep these documents. So we'll buy the computer for 30,000. Every month we'll pay 3,000 rupees. It is very easy. So we are purchasing so many bikes, cars, even houses based on installment system. So similarly, company can buy vehicles, can buy Xerox machines, can buy computers on installments system. Then advances. So we can take advance from our customers. For example, if I am printing commerce textbooks for which I require money, so in advance I will take money from the students. Okay, I will take the list of the students who wish to buy my textbook. In advance I take the money. So with that money I get the pages, I get the book printed, then later I will sell you. So whatever the money required to manufacture a product, that will be taken from the customers only. Most of the times this is the example of say jewelry shops. Suppose you order a ornament like a necklace or something, some chain or bracelet you order. So immediately what the shopkeeper will do? They will take advance 50,000. So the advance given by you is used by the shopkeeper to buy the gold. So you will get the gold and you will make that ornament. And the remaining money you will take after the delivery of the goods. Clear? So whenever you require something, the amount can be taken from the customers only. That is called advances. Then working capital loans. Various banks and financial institutions will provide you working capital loans, means for your day-to-day expenses. Then commercial papers and bills discounting, both are almost same. Like a document, commercial paper is a certificate, okay, where for 25,000 its minimum value is 25,000. So you can issue the document to the people like a share. So people will provide you money by keeping that paper with them. So once they return that paper, it is given for 45 days to 270 days. In second year you will learn about this commercial paper. So you will give that paper and you will get the capital, and after the time period of 50 days or 120 days or 270 days, they will get back that paper and you have to pay the money back with interest. That is called commercial paper. Bill discount is also a document where by showing that document to the bank, you will get money. So these are the sources of short-term finance. So it is a very important answer. We have learnt about various types of finance. Now we have learnt about various sources of finance. So in our next class, in detail, we will learn about equity shares, preference shares and types of debentures, etc.